to Fire Emblem Three Houses Potluck. Just finished chapter 11 in the last video and now we're moving into chapter 12.
Part 1. White Clouds. Lone Moon. To War. Together, the people of Fodlan relish the beauty of the brilliant moon overhead as another year ends. They recall sad partings and new acquaintances alike, but each person must still walk their chosen path alone. With each day, the presence of spring grows stronger, and yet a lone moon still haunts the sky, a silent reminder perhaps of some inescapable truth.
So we've got a request to join the house, but it's already past the cut-off date for new students, so I'm just saying no. I feel kind of bad. I think I've said no to Ignatz like 4 times now.
Unforgivable! I cannot fathom that the Adrestian Empire would embark on such a violent course of action.
The fault is my own. I failed to see the wickedness within Edelgart's heart. She plotted with ill-meaning strangers to achieve her own ambitions and defiled the holy tomb. If that is not wicked, what is? Or perhaps her ambitions are even grander than we know. Perhaps she is planning to make herself a false deity by demonizing the Church of Seros.
Adrestia received its very name through a divine oracle. To injure the goddess is a sin most foul that shall not be forgiven, nor forgotten. We must stop the Empire, and quickly.
I have returned, Rhea.
Welcome back, Shamir. Were you able to discern the Empire's movements?
Their main troops are marching towards Garreg Mach. It is said that they will join forces with Edelgard's army and arrive within 2 weeks.
2 weeks? That is not enough time. It will require all of our efforts just to prepare our defenses before then. We must send notice to all surrounding villages at once. We must order the residents of Garreg Mach to flee for their lives.
It will be done.
Professor, listen closely. If our enemy invades the monastery, I will have no choice but to stand upon the battlefield. If something happens to me, I am entrusting my sacred duties to you. You must have guessed it by now. The truth of who you are. Or perhaps I should say, your lost memories are surely beginning to return. I have acted all these long years as a mere proxy for you. But the duty is yours, and yours alone. Only you can lead the people of Fodlan.
Rhea, please. You must tell me all that you know. I beg of you. That one is the progenitor god. Am I correct?
In a sense. Our dear professor is a vessel. One who carries the power of the progenitor god within. In time, the vessel will become one with the power contained within, and the progenitor god shall return to this world.
I see. I trust that you are aware of the questionable nature of this experiment. But I suppose there is no turning back.
I ask that you help our friend. And in doing so, help her. I am waiting and hoping for the moment when our Creator rules this wayward land once more.
I understand. As ever, I will take you at your word.
Lady Rhea, brother, I will do my part as well.
Flame, were you eavesdropping? Regardless, I am glad to hear it. You owe your life to the Professor, after all. And in the end, they may prove to be our brethren.
You have my gratitude, Sedith. And you as well, Flame. As followers of the Progenitor God, it is up to us to see our mission through.
Bit of a short month here. Just 2 weeks until we've got our mission. Dramatic mission. We're like having a war starting, so it's going to be a pretty epic battle, and I'm expecting it to be pretty tough as well. But we'll see how it goes. Last battle was kind of okay. We've only got one paralogue open. And Shamir's birthday coming up, so I might actually remember to open her thing for the tea in advance of actually getting it for a change. So let's do explore. I'll do like one explore, one battle, and then we'll be in the main mission, but I guess I'll do that in a separate video. And I think I'm going to be wanting to reclass some of my units. I got quite a few of them maxed out in some of their current classes in the last battle. And I'm also thinking I can maybe spend some of my whatever the renown points. Oh, I can also... No, okay, that's cheating. I guess if I'm letting the students level themselves up and do their classes, it's cheating a bit if I go and then increase one of their levels manually. Okay, so is there anything that I can buy for myself though? So I wouldn't mind just spending the renown I have on capping these ones that are not capped yet, just because then any experience I get has got a chance of increasing my highest level, so that if I buy them again I have something higher to buy. Like if I can maybe get this up to B+ or something during this playthrough. It's my heavy armour. Oh, so we're like one level away from getting this weight minus 5 for keeps. Oh, reason. Which I'm not using at all. Okay, and I'm wanting to get my flying up in this one, because if you get S+, then you can get the skill where you can't take extra damage as a flyer. In practice, I don't know if I would actually use it, because when I'm playing as a flying unit, then usually the dodge is so good that you're not really getting hit by things anyway. And there's like other skills that are maybe better than not taking bonus damage, like just increasing your avoids, but it's nice to have options anyway. Oh, like a movement +1 is quite nice. Okay, and I still have quite a lot of points left, so anyway. Okay, only one mission.
We must protect Garreg Mach. Defiling the Holy Tomb was a sacrilege. I will not allow such a thing to happen again. The Archbishop has already given you a new responsibility. I want you to rise to that honor. I have something to ask of you.
Okay, I still have some lost items that I'm wanting to try to give out. Some of them I know who they are and some of them I don't. So this one I'm not sure. This one I'm guessing is Ingrid or Ash. Probably Ash. This one I guess is Marianne. This one Ferdinand. This one Bernadetta. This one Sylvain. This one
I'm sorry
no idea. Okay. And here are my how's my motivation for the students? Okay, so quite a lot of them are going to need to top up their motivation, so I need to use some of my activity points for meals at least.
Excuse me. How are you, Professor? Any new changes to report? With the Imperial Army drawing near, it is most vexing that we cannot relax and converse as we once did. Thankfully, you have the divine protection of the goddess on your side. Please try to listen carefully for her voice. Please do not say such sad things. I am certain you will hear her in time. May the goddess's voice reach you.
Well...
To think Edelgard was somehow connected to the captain's murderer. Well, perhaps it's pointless to get upset about the past. My duty now is to prepare for battle. We're depending on your strength, Professor. Crush our enemies. Captain, I hope you're watching. We will protect Garreg Mach.
So I'm still going to do faculty training actually from Alois because I like to get this heavy armour. Well, I'm wanting to get this built up. Oh, I'm like really close to getting a B+, and then I don't need to live it anymore.
Well, we're depending on...
Okay, so what have we got here? I'll try these ones that I'm not sure about.
The Holy Tomb held many crest stones. This is the first time I've heard of crest stones being hidden away in such a place. But more importantly, I'm interested to know the Empire's aim. Why would their army desire crest stones? There is power there, yes. And yet, I must think on this. The crest stones lie at the heart of the events surrounding Conan Tower and the chapel as well. And of course, the crest stones somehow transform those traitors and their captives into demonic beasts. Could that possibly be their aim? The Empire's army may well plan to use crest stones to create demonic beasts. I'm not...
The mastermind behind the attacks on the monastery was Edelgard? Wow. Doesn't make much sense though, does it? There would need to be all sorts of territories and groups tangled up in this sort of mess. I'm gonna stop. I don't really have the head for this political stuff. Mostly I'm worried about my old opera company. I wonder what's happening in the capital right now. I hope they're safe. No?
So Edelgard, the one who calls herself the Flame Emperor, was connected to those strange beings. The Imperial Army might be using even more terrifying methods than we know. You had better be cautious, Professor. Any amount of carelessness might prove to be our undoing. What? What?
Hello there! How dare they threaten the goddess? Such a vile act cannot be forgiven. There is no need to worry, I promise you that. Divine punishment will surely fall upon them. In the days of yore, the goddess would grow angry with such insolent fools and roast them in ALL.
Oh. Oh yeah, this is Raphael looking into all of the privacy things. So I know that he doesn't like this one. Oh.
I'll have that girl's head. Just you wait.
Yeah, so Dimitri doesn't seem to be doing very well right now.
Lost item.
I guess we have no choice but to fight, have we? Oh, but why would Edelgard do something like this? I'm sure we'll be all right, though, Professor. The goddess will keep us safe. Did you... I guess I'm sure we'll... Did you... Professor, can we really defeat someone who is willing to turn their back on the world just to uphold their own beliefs? I've spent my whole life running in fear, and now Surely we can... Yes, this is mine. Thank you for returning it. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Professor, war is breaking out again, is it not? There was a truly terrible war once upon a time. I never wanted another war. All we can do is steel ourselves for the fight ahead. I never...
Now it turns out Edelgard is the Flame Emperor and the new Adrestian Emperor. And she's striking out against the monastery, with the full force of the Imperial army behind her. We gotta beat her at her own game, for our sake as well as Lady Rhea's.
Okay. I thought we'd all be really busy with assignments and getting ready for graduation. But now that things have turned out like this, I guess there's nothing to do but fight.
I don't normally have a problem jumping into a fight, but it feels strange going up against my father. We aren't especially close, but he's not an opponent I'd want to face. I'd almost rather fight a monster. I hope he's not part of the group coming to attack Garreg Mach. Yeah, that... What's this?
Yes, of course, we've actually recruited quite a lot of the Black Eagles students. So they're all going to be fighting with us
saw
in the
it
next
too,
battle.
didn't you? The boar's true nature. He's hidden his desire for revenge pretty well. But now it's stirred up. Well, regardless. That girl's starting an all-out war, isn't she? But an enemy is an enemy, no matter who they are. Don't let compassion for her get in your way.
The arrival of a letter from Edelgard. She is asking that I join her side. She is making the decision. No, she is deciding if Bridget is a friend or an enemy of the Empire. But my choice is not to be friends. My choice is to fight with you. Bridget is not a friend of the Empire. We will not be following again. We will be ready to fight with you instead. This is...
Hey there.
Oh, Bernadetta's somewhere else. Where can she be?
Oh no. I've known His Highness since I was a child, but I've never seen that side of him before. He seemed like a completely different person than the one I know.
No. No.
What does World of Edelgard mean for us, Professor? And why does she even want that? I wonder why she'd think that. That's how it always goes, I guess. You never realize something can't be undone until you've done it. I've been looking for this. Thank you so...
Oh no.
Pardon me. Greetings, Professor. Something to report. Unexpected, isn't it? Apparently, this is the first time Garreg Mach has been invaded in its whole 995-year history. It's my job to protect this gate, so even if enemies come in droves, I will never let them through. I hope we both survive. Let's battle with all our might, and pray we win this thing.
Well, I'll be.
Hey, welcome. You have a good eye. A pleasure. You have a good eye. A pleasure. Come again.
Hello there. This one, yes? Return soon, please.
I already have enough ore, so I don't need to buy any.
Professor, what the?
Yeah, I think there's actually a menu where I can check what things I have rather than trying to buy them and see how many I can get.
Right.
Okay,
Hey
let's
there.
do some forging.
Is this it? There you go. Is this it?
Okay, so this needs a lot of materials. And I probably... Well, weight 9 is not bad, actually.
Is this it?
This. I think
there you
to
go.
use it once I have my weight -5. Oh, I'm on the character ones now. Okay. Ooh, a bit more accuracy is quite nice for these actually. I think I'm maybe going to be wanting to look at more having steel gauntlets than iron gauntlets for Ferdinand. Like, the weight is quite low anyway. Okay.
Is this it? There you go.
These also get more accurate. Oh, but the silver ones are nice. Oh, but actually heavier. Interesting. So usually the silver things are lighter than the steel things. Unless I'm misremembered. Wait for this one to run out. Why did this need it? Oh yeah, so this is also this kind of fancy material that we need to get from like monster battles and stuff. Okay, do some repairs.
Is this it? There you go. 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 Come back anytime.
Welcome.
Ah, so the level isn't high enough actually. Requires D. Okay, I mean he's almost finished with this class anyway, so we
Come back
don't need to
soon.
worry about actually replacing those.
Pardon me.
Oh, there's someone down here to talk to. What did I miss?
Professor. You know, Professor, I'm glad that I came to the Officers' Academy. I feel accepted here. I've learned so much. Honestly, I'm surprised at how much I've grown. So, I will not let the Academy be destroyed. It's important to me, and I will protect it. I'll try to keep a clear head. We're gonna win this.
I'm feeling like more guilty about not accepting Ignis into my classes. Oh, but these are like the rules of the run.
Hello.
Pardon me.
No. Half of the Empire's 6 great noble families have declared their support for Edelgard. Of the other 3, Lord Vestra was assassinated. Hubert, his son, will succeed him. Bernadetta's father, Count Varley, is under house arrest. His wife is now supporting Edelgard. And my father, he was stripped of his role as Prime Minister. As a result, House Eyre has lost all of its power, all of its lands. We have lost everything. What do I do?
Some tea. Okay, this should be
exactly.
Yeah, so I don't think I've ever really paid attention to that. What Ferdinand was saying at that bit with all of the lists of the different houses in the Empire. Like, I don't think I'd noticed before that Hubert's dad had been assassinated. Part of me suspects by Hubert himself.
There are always
Maybe that's
small
unfair.
power struggles. Still, it has been hundreds of years since all of Fodlan was consumed by war. I didn't actually think it would come to this. I feel as though I'm not in my rightful place. I cannot protect the things I should. Professor, if I survive this war, I wish to return to my homeland, to the land of my king.
Aha, okay, cool. So we're down to 2, both of which I'm reasonably certain about who they belong to.
We're falling behind. I don't know that we can keep up with the new Emperor. To think that she was able to raise an army of that size right under our noses. However hard we fight, I give us a 50% chance of winning. The enemy has too many advantages. We must make careful preparations.
It's my job to protect Lady Rhea. I've got to do it, and I got to do it as best I can. And if that means I got to die for her, then I will. How could Edelgard treat Lady Rhea like she's the bad guy? She's never been anything but nice to everybody. I just don't get it at all.
Yeah, so I think we've definitely seen Rhea being things other than nice to everybody like, in our playthrough. But, oh well.
Those who serve the church must cast aside all selfish desires and devote themselves fully to their beliefs. But is it right to wield piety as a weapon? I have never considered such things before. The church, I have always done what I thought best to save the people of Fodlan.
The Empire is moving quickly. Edelgard must have been preparing for this for a while now. If you really think about it, she must have been planning for this even before you got the Sword of the Creator. Of course she was always a step ahead of us. We were blinded by the ball and the Battle of the Eagle and Lion and everything else.
What is Edelgard even trying to achieve? She wants to destroy the church so badly that she'll take on anyone who doesn't fall in line? I don't get it. I just can't believe she'd start a war over it. Not to mention using such nasty tactics to get her way. Could Captain Gerald's death have also been a part of her plan? Don't you go and die on me, Professor. Captain Gerald would never forgive you.
I cannot believe our negligence allowed the Empire to invade. Edelgard probably gathered her soldiers in Garreg-Mach, intending to do this from the start. Soldiers disguised as merchants and pilgrims to avoid suspicion, infiltrating the entire area little by little. They couldn't be better prepared. We'll have a tough time winning this one, I'm afraid.
The most important nobles in the Empire are known for taking power from the previous emperor, my father included. I didn't think it possible that the Imperial Princess could ascend the throne so easily. However, it seems that both my father and Caspar's are supporting Edelgard. Having both the Minister of Domestic Affairs and Minister of Military Affairs on your side gives you total control over the Empire's military and finances. You must have been making preparations for quite some time without anyone noticing.
I hear the Alliance's territory will be in danger if we don't get rid of these Empire guys. If the Alliance is in danger, that means my sister's in danger too. There's no way I'm gonna allow that. It doesn't matter how many guys they throw at us. I'll beat them all. These muscles aren't just for show. But first, I gotta get some food.
His Highness calls for the head of Edelgard. For me, that is cause enough to fight. The hatred of His Highness is also my hatred. Any other feelings I may have are irrelevant. And if Edelgard was responsible in any way for the tragedy of Duscur, that is something I cannot ignore. If that is the case, then she is my enemy.
At times like this, I just feel so anxious, you know? But you'll watch out for me out there, right, Professor?
The Empire's aggression cannot stand. But if we are going to attack them now, we must be honest with ourselves about our chances of success. It goes without saying that I will fight the Imperial army with everything I have for as long as I am able. But House Gloucester's territory is adjacent to Imperial lands. Let us proceed with caution.
Once the Imperial army reaches the monastery, we'll have no choice but to fight.
What's going to happen to us?
I believe you. With the knights on our side, and especially with you, Professor, I know we can do this.
Once the...
What's going...
Hey, I've been looking for that. How'd you know?
Maybe. Things must be pretty crazy in Fargus about now. My father must be beside himself. I don't get it. Why did Edelgard make enemies with the nobles? Ideals she believed in so much, she was willing to start a war over them? Those must be some lofty ideals, to say the least. I hope this all gets sorted out quickly and safely. I'm worried about my father. Oh! Thanks so much.
Professor, what actually happened last month? I can't keep up at all. Edelgard is the Emperor, and she's declared war against the Church? So now we're at war? What is going on? I really don't understand any of this. What should I do?
Edelgard became emperor and raised an army, huh? Who knew the kid had it in her? I mean, yeah, of course, I knew she'd be emperor eventually, but the more I think about it, the more surprised I am. I wonder who's gonna win. But would it really be okay for Edelgard to win?
Okay, so I think we're done with all of the characters and also quests. Wait, maybe I haven't handed my quest back in? Yeah, I need to hand my quest back in. And then I can do the food to get the motivation up, and should hopefully have a little bit of points left over for some faculty training.
Well done. You have my thanks.
And I think I probably have some supports. Oh, I don't. Okay, so let's go eat and see if we can unlock some supports. It could be that quite a few of them are kind of capped already. So let's see first of all who is actually needing some motivation. So Mercedes, Lorenz. I think Mercedes and Lorenz can even have a support with each other that we haven't maxed out yet. Let's have a look. Okay, cool. Let's do that one. It's an easy one to begin with.
I did not expect.
Okay, and okay, so Dimitri, Dorothea. See if these greens are fully green. Okay, Lysithia. Caspar. Petra. Leonie. Okay. Oh, Seth's joined us. But we're not going to use him. I'll add him to the bottom of the list, which is so far down the list that we can't even see it. Also, actually, I've got a list of which supports, but I've got my supports written down, so I don't even need to know. Well, I don't know how far along they are. So for Petra, I think I can probably get something. Okay, Petra and Dorothea. Let's see if we can find one of them. I think we need to go into like the fishy dishes or something. Okay. Oh no, this is fine. Okay, Dorothea, Petra.
I
and then also Sylvain and Lysithia we can work on supports for. Okay. Oh, but Sylvain is full. Leonie and Lysithia maybe? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, there we go.
Eating delicious food really takes my... that...
Yeah, and then for Dimitri... so actually Dimitri is basically like maxed out for all of the characters that are in the main party, so I can just not worry about him too much, but like I still would like him to eat so that he can get the motivation. What else have we got? Caspar. So everyone else is full. I mean, yeah, like, so I'm not going to bother, like, increasing the ones that are not my main party, because then they're going to be more likely to teach themselves than my students, and I want my students, like my main students, to be the ones getting most of the training for the lessons. Okay, so Annette I'll leave blank, she won't train herself at all, which is nice. Okay, so, yeah, so I'll let Caspar and Dimitri eat something. I'll try to find something that's I've got a lot of the ingredients for. Yes, this is not bad.
Okay.
And I'm going to want a meal for the... Okay, so do I want speed or defense? Okay, so I'm actually going to go for speed this time round for a change.
I enjoy cooking.
Yeah, because I'm going to need to have my units split up a lot, so I can't just rely on, like, Dimitri.
You seem to know what you are doing. Ah.
Still no supports. Okay, so I still have 4 things for the faculty training, so I can work on my heavy armor, as usual.
I didn't. I feel, Professor.
And I'd also like to work on flying, so I'll go see Marilla.
Really?
I think she's in here.
The map doesn't make... mostly.
I still...
Okay, I've got my flying up to S rank now. Who else is there? Okay, Setith I can get flying from. Shamir I can get, I guess, bows and something.
We must defy the Archbishop.
And she's got it.
Okay, and that's it for the day. Oh. Okay, I guess that's fine.
I've grasped it! How lovely!
I would like to... Ah, so that's how it is.
Professor?
So Sylvain is like now asking him to do something different, so this is I'm going to need to have a look and see what I need to do to make sure that he can achieve this like very quickly. So I don't know how it will work out. I mean, I guess it should be okay, but I usually have him as a Dark Knight. Now we have a tea party, so I'm going to need to look up what the Shamir wants. For chrysanthemum tea or chamomile tea, and actually we have both of them.
You called? My favorite tea. Even the smell calms me.
And then
Thank you.
Shamir seems to have a lot of options that she actually likes to talk about, so
Yes.
let's see if we can
Yes.
find them fairly quickly. Oh, cats is one.
Very
okay.
good. Oh?
Last battle sounds promising. Yes, okay.
Very good. Yes.
And working together is also
Very good.
Okay, good.
I'm not much for conversation. I'll gladly leave if you're bored.
Okay, so apparently there's one correct option for this, which is disagree.
Sure.
Which we have.
That was delicious. Thank you. I'll visit again when I...
Okay, and this time I got my charm boost as well. So last time, for some reason, I didn't get any charms, so I don't know how
I'm
that
glad
works
it's
out.
you.
I will.
That was...
My efforts have borne fruit.
Okay, I can probably take Lorenz off of his horse riding thing. I'll need to check and see what Dark Knight actually requires, like whether it's B or B+ for the riding. Marianne definitely needs to stay on it for a bit longer. What's Sylvain doing? Okay, so he's working on his heavy armour. This is not bad. I guess I'll need to put him... maybe I'll switch out Lorenz for Sylvain if Lorenz has got all of the horse riding that he needs. Okay, so I need to go in and check my certification. So I'm wanting to change a few anyway. So I've maxed out this fortress now, so I'm kind of wanting to get out of it and be something that's a bit more fast. So I guess I'll maybe aim for like Swordmaster or something, or I'll just like switch back to my flying unit. But I think I'd maybe want to be a Swordmaster and then switch to Pegasus Knight for the Master class. So yeah, because the Wyvern Lord doesn't really, the Wyvern units don't have as much speed. The Pegasus has a lot of speed and a bit more resistance. And I'm kind of just really wanting to not get hit, but I want the movement, so I'll think it over while I'm doing this. Dimitri I've been wanting to reclass for ages, but he hasn't changed his goals, and his goal is to be a Lord, which is what he is. Felix is still working on being a Swordmaster, which is nice, that's fine. Okay, so for Sylvain, he's wanting to be a Great Knight, which means he needs riding at B+, which he has. Okay, that's fine, so he doesn't need to do any more riding. He just needs to work on his axe and heavy armour. So if I get a chance, I'm going to put him on weeding duty. But then he's actually, yeah, he needs, I'm going to make some notes actually. Work out who's furthest away from their goals out of him and Marianne. So he needs B+ for axe and A for heavy armour. And his riding is already fine. Mercedes is still just wanting to be a warlock, I think, so that's fine, she is one. At some point I guess she'll change her mind and decide to be something else. Ingrid is not in the main party. Ferdinand, I think, has not chosen anything yet. He's still working on this, but not for much longer. Caspar is a brawler and hasn't chosen anything. Dorothea wants to be a sword unit for some reason. Okay, so she's stealthy for the next battle. Okay, Petra is maxed out assassin, but she actually specifically wants to be a thief or an assassin, so I'll leave her as that. Lorenz is wanting to be a dark knight. So he has to work on his riding, but his lance and reason are both fine. So I guess I should change him back to paladin. His riding needs to be A, so I'm assuming he's probably a wee bit away from that. Oh yeah, no, he's B, we already saw this. I think Lysithia hasn't chosen anything, she's fine with her warlock. Marianne wants to be Holy Knight. And she needs... okay, she needs more lance. Lance C and riding A. She's like very, very far away from her riding. Leonie hasn't got anything that she's chosen yet. She's still working on being a sniper. She's pretty good as a sniper. I hope she decides to stick with bows. Because she's like my only... well, Petra's also an archer. But it's nice to have them. Okay, so we're... actually. Okay, so Sylvain has got... he's looking for B+ and axe and is currently at C. He's got quite a way to go. But he's working on this anyway. He needs heavy armour at something that I've forgotten, which I like literally just looked up but didn't write down. But that's like miles away, so he really needs to be working on this. But Marianne also has miles to go for her riding. Okay, dark. Lorenz. Yeah, his horses are B. Okay, I guess I'll have a look and decide whether I want to keep him doing magic or switch him to being a paladin, since working on magic is kind of, I guess, maybe makes more sense for a dark mage. Okay, where is Marianne? Yeah, her horses are miles away. But Sylvain is further from his heavy armour, I think. Okay, yeah, I need A for this. Okay, so I'm going to actually take Marianne off her... yeah. Wait, can Sylvain be something that has heavy armour? No, because he doesn't have any. Okay, so I guess the highest priority at the moment is to get Sylvain up to something that can use heavy armour, and then he can switch to it. So I'll change when I get the... oh, I can't change the weekly task, but when I get that, I'll change that to be Sylvain and someone doing weeding. In the meantime, I'll see what kind of other class changes I want to do. Okay. So for Lorenz, it'd be kind of nice to make him a mage, like a better mage, I guess. So the 65% is not great. And the mage class gets Fiendish Blow, which is a really nice skill for like increasing damage on attack. Warlock gets Bowbreaker, Dark Bishop gets Life Taker. I'm kind of tempted to make him, since he can't actually 100% get one of these other ones, I kind of maybe want to get him this Fiendish Blow. I could also have him a paladin. Okay, no, I'm gonna make him a mage. Just the growths. Okay, so this reduces his strength if he's a mage. But he gets more dexterity, so he's more likely to crit. This might be a bad idea. Okay, I'm gonna make him a mage and see how fast he levels it up. Because at least if he gets his magic up to a wee bit, then he'll definitely be able to pass the exam for becoming like a different kind, like a higher level mage. And then if he's like mastering this class really slowly, I might just like change him fast sooner rather than later to stop him getting these strength like penalties. So he's like actually got a reduced strength growth from being one of these intermediate mage classes. Okay, who else? Petra has to stay as she is because that's what she wants to be. Dorothea also is not ready. Okay. So I just need to choose for myself what I want to be. And I guess I'm just going to go with Sword Master maybe. See what the stats are like. Okay, so I'll get a penalty to my defence. It's going to go down quite a bit. But my speed should go up quite a bit. Yeah, so my speed's going up 10. Whereas if I go for Wyvern Rider, my defence going down 8 and my speed's going up 9. This is also pretty nice. Axes and Canto, Swordfarer and Sword Crit. Assassin's also pretty nice. Maybe I'll go for Assassin actually, because then I can open chests. And I get bows. I think there's quite a few flying units. Yeah, so I'm going to reclass to Assassin. And the Assassin growths are pretty nice. There's no... So for Swordmaster you get a penalty to res. but you also get more strength. With the assassin you get more dexterity, and you don't get this penalty to res, but you also get less charm and a little bit less HP. But I think I'm gonna go for this assassin though. Okay. Yeah, we're not going into the main battle yet, we're just doing like the easy battles right now. So this one, I guess potentially, like, so for the level this should actually be okay. But I'm not necessarily really wanting to do it yet. This battle in the forest, I would rather it was one of the other ones, because the battle in the forest I think is the one that I've already done like twice. This one's actually lower level than the other one, but then both Hilda and Cyril are like unleveled and rubbish. Maybe Cyril's not that bad because he's not on my team. Yeah, Hilda I haven't leveled for like ages. I think it's also like not that many characters. What's my levels for the rest of the team? 26, 25. Yeah, so we're kind of floating about 23. I'm going to leave it. I really find this map quite a nightmare. And we've got like units that we have to keep alive if we want to get all the bonuses. So yeah, like let's wait till we're a bit more leveled and hopefully it will be easier. Can we get meat ore? Okay, I'll go for this one with the ore. Just gonna have like no experience.
I'll cut through.
Stay focused.
I'll go.
Pony?
That's my cue.
Thank you.
I stand ready.
I will get the victory. Let's get to it.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
Here we go.
That was no. The noble. Back to the fray.
Thanks so much. Well...
Sorry.
Huh, thanks. Appreciated. That helps. May I help?
Okay, so... okay, now we have a different one, so we can... I'll go do this one. It's going to be a bit tougher, so the last battle was pretty straightforward. This one will be at least a different map, or I don't know, it's a new battle anyway that I haven't done before, so I'm going to do this one. I hope it's not too much of a disaster. Okay, so let's have a look and see what we're up against. I'm seeing lots of axes and an assassin so far. Got a mage. Oh, okay, luckily this is not so... This map I've seen before, but it was under Fog of War. Like, luckily we don't need to deal with that. We've got, yeah, like mage with 24 attack speed. And these axes, I've got 44. They've also got lance breakers, so these are going to be like, I guess, actually doing damage to Dimitri because I can't even boost. Like, I've got my thing. Well, I could equip my thing for standing next to him and boosting him that way, but I don't think I'm going to bother. I think I'm going to instead try to have the axe ones being taken on by 41. By my sword units. This Pegasus is going to be a bit of a pain. I want to try to lure it away so that it gets to me faster than the axes. This one's also 41. So like basically these are doing 1 point of damage to Dimitri, but it might be enough to like wear down his battalion, which I don't really want to happen. I think a few axe breakers are not going to go amiss on my sword units. So Petra and Felix have already got that, I think, as standard, and I don't think I've taken it off. So we've mostly got kind of axe units with lance breaker, a couple of other units that have got like sword breaker or whatever, just to mix things up, but I think this is going to be okay. The main thing is going to be just trying to bait the sort of Canto lance units that are going to be bad for my sword units, and also take out the mages and watch out for this guy. Okay. So maybe I am going to have... Yeah, no. What's my levels like? Okay, 26. It's pretty even. Yeah, so I've got the usual stragglers that I'm going to maybe try to increase a wee bit. I think Dorothea even has axe breakers, so she's probably able to take on these axe units as well without too much damage, like without getting hit, as long as she's like on some cover or whatever. Yeah, that might come in handy, but yeah. First, yeah, I'll need to make sure I take out the lance units. So usual split. Just make sure that my supplies are not running low. Does Dimitri have gauntlets? I guess so. Get her an iron bow as well. Oh yeah, and I need to reassign my adjutants because they've got auto-assigned to the first 3 characters. Okay, so let's... Okay, so Sylvain is already maxed for me also. If he's not got anyone else, I'm going to assign him to Felix to get the light boost. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, he's got nothing to work on. Okay, let's get this wee boost. Should be a pretty good boost actually. Yeah, so for the linked attacks, if you have so the linked attacks are basically for each character. It's based on the support, and then you get, when you're attacking, you get a hit and avoid bonus of 15 per pair unit who's participating in the linked attacks. So with Sylvain, I think Felix and Sylvain are only at A support just now. Why am I looking here? Okay, B support. So they're going to be getting... I know S is 15, so B is +7 move and attack, and then also for like certain characters there's a might boost, and the might boost for... Yeah, so the might boost for Felix and Sylvain with B support is +2 to the might, which is not to be sneezed at. It's also got like a boost to the gambit might and also hit rates. That's really nice. So that's for everyone, but like so for certain pairs we've also got this might boost. So another one of those pairs is Ferdinand and Lorenz, which is why I always have them together, so they'll also boost each other's might by 2, and actually by a maximum of 2 because they don't go past the B support. Also, me and Dimitri do the same thing. We can probably, I guess we're also at B support. Yep. So we're also boosting might by 2. When we participate in linked attacks. I think that's all of the ones I have going right now. So yeah, like Dimitri and Didu as well. So once I'm not bothering to level up Caspar, I'll probably make Didu Dimitri's adjutant like all the time. Yeah. Okay. Just well. Battalions, apart from Dimitri's. Yeah, just like 32. Hello.
Come back!
Stay focused.
Okay, so what are these? Okay, good. I can like get this archer coming in and hopefully take it out like immediately. And I'll actually just let Dimitri do his thing and not unequip his weapon.
I'll go.
That's my cue.
And then I'm hoping that this mage will attack me and I can take it out with my bow. And I'll also put Felix here for the axe guy. Dorothea for healing for both of these if they need it. Has anyone got a gambit? So no one's got a gambit. I'm just gonna still use this rally just for support points.
Me?
Unfortunately, I can't get any nearer. Any mages I can silence. I don't want to silence this one, I want it to attack me. And then up on this end, I've just got a bunch of axe units, so I'm going to put Petra there.
I will get the victory.
And even put her I want her to get attacked by quite a few of them because she should dodge everything.
Let's get to it.
This.
I stand ready.
I'll just get the other ones into position.
Here we go.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
Oh well, I should have
appreciated,
but I won't bother. So 15% chance to hit is still higher than I would like. But then Petra doesn't have this sword for +20. Probably lost some battalion endurance. 15% chance means that they will hit sometimes. Oh, that's
not
ridiculous.
grab the victory.
15% does not mean
I
you get hit
must
twice. in,
retreat.
like, out of 3. I need to rewind. That's cheating. Let's see just how badly, before I rewind, how badly that hit was. Okay, 1 endurance. I can live with that. Okay, so I'll put Petra further back so she doesn't get hit by as many things. I feel like this
I
is
will get
a
the
bit
victory.
nonsense, actually. Did I go and leave her with an iron bow on instead of having her sword? Maybe this is the problem. In any case. Okay, and I'll give the
Ferdinand
I'll
von
give her this
Eyre.
person
Appreciate it.
so she can put things more.
I stand ready.
Or so
Let's
she's
get
more
to
likely
it.
put things.
Here we go. No use.
14%. Still. Oh, why is Casper and Dimitri? I think I only remembered to do like 2 of my adjutant assignments. Oh well.
I'll go.
Yeah, so with Felix, the one bad thing about having Sylvain as his adjutant is that the 0 is not really reliable because I don't actually know, like, this is only for attacking. So he's currently got 3 linked attacks going on, which are going to increase his hit and avoid. But when he's not in the linked attack, I can't really tell what the stats are. But yeah, oh well. I'm just being nervous. Let's take care of the immediate threats though. Okay,
That's
so
my cue.
there's 35% chance to hit is more than I would like as well. Okay, that.
Stay focused.
See how far these are getting. Oh, pretty far. They've got like quite good. So it could be that it's 19 and then goes down to 0 with the linked attack. 19 is more than I would like also.
Homie.
Quite helpful. Impressive.
Oh, death blow. That's nice.
I won't.
I'll cut through.
Okay, it's still saying 0%.
I can...
No use.
It's ridiculous.
I like how...
Let's see what this point blank volley does. No? Ooh, very cool. Let's do this. I think we don't get a counter and this guy is definitely dead. It's really nice. Yep. Such a nice skill. So yeah, like I guess the Petra then had less of a chance of getting hit because this was her first attack, so in the next attack it was helping her avoid a bit. Okay. So the second team can start heading down to see what else is down there.
Well done.
Okay, not much. Oh, I'm probably going the wrong direction if I want to get anywhere. Okay, I guess I can send them into here, but they're going to need to hurry up. Yeah.
That helps.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Let's try.
I can't wait to challenge you.
How nice of you.
You're really tough.
Such power dwells within?
Always getting stronger.
Strange that Ferdinand is getting like speed rather than defense.
Back to the fray.
But he seems to be doing better at least anyway. Lorenz is even being useful. Oh, and we've got a big wad of cash. Very nice. Okay, and we've got this other auxiliary battle, which I've not tried before, which is on the plains. But I think I'm going to leave this till the next video, so the next one is going to be this last auxiliary battle and also the main mission. And then it should be quite exciting, but also quite long. Anyway, thanks for